All right, so guys, this is a good news and a good update. After the whole gbasgbos and the social media thing, nígbà tán ní wípé ó dà pé wọ́n ní wípé next month on the 16th àbí kankan ni Maureen Badejo máa wà nínú prison kan tó jáde. But àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé we got this information that court grants 50 million naira bail to UK-based blogger Maureen Badejo over alleged cyber stalking and defamation of Dr. Olukoya, which is the MFM leader and pastor. So Sahara reporters look for an update here, and they said Justice Akintayo Aluko granted the blogger bail in the sum of 50 million with strict conditions. That's why I love Sahara reporters. Updates, they will give you in total. All right, so they said a federal high court in Ikoyi, Lagos, on Monday, which is today, granted bail to a United Kingdom-based Nigerian blogger and activist, Maureen Badejo, who had been remanded at the Kirikiri Correctional Center over allegations of cyber stalking and defamation. Justice Akintayo Aluko granted the blogger bail in the sum of 50 million naira with strict conditions. But apart from we want 500 million before or something. I don't know. Maybe that information is not right. A lot of people were even jubilating while some people were saying otherwise. We were not So let's continue. The courts ordered Badejo to provide two sureties as part of the bail conditions. And one can say, okay, Showore will definitely be part of the sureties. Of course, what do you expect? One of the sureties must be a relative of the defendant, while the other must be a level 14 officer employed in a government ministry. Omo Showore might not be able to do this because I don't think he's a relative. Anyway, the judge also ruled that the sureties must own property within Lagos State and must present valid means of identification, including a national identification number, NIN. This is... The court further directed Badejo to deposit her passport with the court as part of the bail condition and directed that her personal belongings should be released to her. Justice Aluko subsequently adjourned the case until June 1, 2026 for further proceedings. They actually want Maureen Badejo to be in Nigeria throughout this whole case. That means she's not going to travel anywhere. Now, the passport once he left the court again. Sahara reporters earlier reported that Badejo was remanded in prison after being arraigned by Nigerian police force on multiple counts bordering on alleged cyber stalking and defamation. Now, the charges stem from podcasts allegedly published on a GIO TV media platform in which the police accused her of making defamatory claims against Pastor Ajoshe Shola, the original pastor of this Mountain of Fire Ministry, a miracle ministry in Igodo area of Lagos. All right, according to the charge sheet dated February 25th, 2026, Badejo and others still at large were accused of disseminating alleged false statements through social media using a Facebook account. The police alleged that in one of the podcasts, the blogger claimed that the cleric was involved in several diabolical practices, including performing sacrifices and engaging individuals to carry out spiritual activities on his platform. In another account, Badejo was accused of publishing a podcast alleging that the pastor was having an affair with the wife of the pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, who lived in the same estate. The prosecution also alleged that the blogger made another podcast claiming that the cleric buried a live cow and ram behind his residence for alleged satanic purpose and used juju to control members of his congregation. Now, in a separate count, the police accused Badejo of questioning why the pastor allegedly performed ritual and used black medicine while selling manna water to members of the church. The, the prosecution argued that the publications were knowingly false and capable of causing a breakdown of law and order. Now, the alleged offenses, according to police, contravene Section 24(1)(b) and are punishable under Section 24(2)(2) of the Cybercrimes Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Act as amended in 2024. Prior to Monday's ruling, a coalition of civil society organizations in Lagos State had demanded Badejo's immediate release, describing her detention as an attempt to silence dissent. In a statement signed by the chairman of the Campaign for Democracy and Human Rights, Lagos branch, Wale Ojo, and its media chairman, Ola Agbola Jr., the coalition described the case as judicial ambush designed to silence a critical voice. The coalition further noted that Badejo had previously been involved in a legal dispute in UK with one of our accusers, claiming that the UK High Court of Justice had earlier ruled in her favor in a defamation case. They warned that the prosecution of the blogger reflected what they describe as the growing weaponization of state institutions against critics in Nigeria. The group further called on the judiciary to uphold its independence and ensure that the case does not undermine freedom of expression. Yeah, there's freedom of expression, but then èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣọ́ra fún whatever you will say. You understand? That is very, very important. Now, tá bá lọ sí abẹ́ comment section, àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ tó pọ̀ o. Àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ tó pọ̀ for real. Now, people were saying that Ọlọ́run ló mú nígbà tóun ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ báyẹn tí ó kàn máa sọ báyìí kíní kan. A lot of people were just saying whatever they want. But then tá bá fẹ́ wọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Yeah, well, the question is, ṣé wọ́n ṣe nǹkan tó wrong? Yeah, but then things has to be done in the right way, which I am not even here to say that maybe anyone is wrong or right, but I'm just here to share an update. So, tẹ́ bá ní ọ̀rọ̀ kan àbí anything tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ, ẹ lè share ní abẹ́ abala àríwísí.